right now I'm at about mile marker 34 going on Interstate 8 east to Phoenix from Yuma. I just left a Yuma Tea Party that's been doing this way before it was popular. Howard Blitz invited me, and he was one of the speakers and organizers, and he had me and my wife Donna Tuesday, just a few days ago. We went down to Yuma. It's like a three and a half hour drive from Phoenix, and I'm willing to do it because I know Howard, and he's a good freedom fighter and a good friend and businessman there. And I spoke at his annual Freedom Library convention, and you know, we had a nice conversation with them. And Yuma is a real government town, especially federal government. You have all the border patrol there, and the military bases, a lot of military personnel, and it's a different environment. But you also have a lot of retired people in their RVs. You know, if I show you the road, you just pass, there's RV after RV. A lot of people come down to Arizona and Yuma in particular to some winter because it's warmer here. On the way back to Phoenix, you go through the infamous checkpoint, that border checkpoint, and I'm just, man, I don't often drive. I'm usually with someone and they drive, or Donna drives, I'm on the computer and so on. And they stop and ask you, you know, are you a U.S. citizen?
How are you doing today?
Good.
What country are you a citizen of?
United States.
Sir?
United States.
All right. Have a good day. Good.
Thank you.
Hold on, Have a good day. Good.
If you look at the signal, there's no signal on my Verizon card, you know, for internet access, or on the phone. You know, right at that point, my phone and the internet doesn't work. And I started to realize, you know, as I'm going to have to go through this, and last time I went through, we videotaped it, and I'm like, yeah, I guess. I mean, you know, by their criteria or something, I never really thought of it that way. And I could see it's what they did after the Civil War. You used to be a Georgian or North Carolinian or Pennsylvanian or whatever, and it was the small United States of America. And now, since post-Civil War, we kind of decided that it was Grant versus Lee. You know, you're American now, America, and you're under our control. And as they're standing there with their uniforms, shiny badges, drug-sniffing dogs, and guns, you know, it's hard to argue with them that they're not right. So I'm going to do an experiment. And there's, you know, am I being detained? Am I being detained? Go to secondary. Am I being detained? Can I leave? And we're already going through that process with several people. Mark Victor is adjudicating that. As a matter of fact, just this next week, in a few days, go back to Yuma, where Pastor Anderson is going to have that very question addressed, as they broke his windows, tased him, and pulled him out and beat him. Bloodied him, lacerations, blood everywhere. So, you know, we're going to answer that question. You know, I kind of know what that answer is. But I wonder if it's a psyop. Do they need you to say, I am a U.S. citizen? Is that their goal? To say it, to get you thinking that way. And, you know, I thought of it, I'm going, well, what would make me a U.S. citizen, you know, their criteria? Well, I was born in Florida as a, you know, and raised there up until I was about 12 years old. So I'm, you know, I say, I was born in Florida. Does that make me a U.S. citizen? Yeah, by their criteria. But is that enough to say that? You know, do they need me to align myself with the United States? Is that really the goal? Are we being conditioned? And I didn't even think of it until on my way down here. It's always bothered me. So that's what I'm gonna say. That's the experiment we're gonna make. I'm just gonna say, I was born in Florida. See if that gets me, you know, out of the checkpoint. It'll be interesting to find out, let's think. We'll find out here. Yeah, and I got my BlackBerry here set to record. So we will hit record and put it in my pocket. It says they got dogs.
How you doing?
You?
Just you, sir?
I'm sorry?
Just you in the vehicle?
Yes.
United States citizen?
I was born in Dade City, Florida.
Where?
In a hospital in Dade City, Florida.
You have a nice day then.
Thank you. I don't know if you got the expression on his face, but he's like, whatever. Right. See where that was going, you know? Oh, it's just a game. Well, anyway, so we got through. I get to go home today, and that is interesting, though. What if, because that's a good campaign. What if people just, instead of claiming they're a U.S. citizen, just acknowledge where they were born, or they were born in one state or whatever, because what they want, I'm imagining, is a conditioning that you are a U.S. citizen. Well, I mean, what's the next step? You're a world citizen, or an Earth citizen, or a, citizen of the collective de la whatever. I was born in Dade City, Florida, 1961. Man, I ain't telling when it's grown, but that's interesting. I never thought of that. If we do that, it's kind of puts it back on them. Does that make me I don't know. What's your definition? Because what's interesting, think about it. They do this enemy combatant thing. They can take away your citizenship. You only get rights if you're a citizen. So they take away your citizenship. Well, then you don't have human rights anymore, which is supposed to be the point of government to protect anyway. So that's an interesting point. I think I'll bring that up more. We'll be talking about that. It's just because we can't. We'll have some fun.